Good afternoon, everybody. Lovely to see you all. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the Mozart Rehearsal for Sopranos in Week 3. Isn't it amazing how quickly time flies, everybody? And as I said, I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are. I see we've got lots of people. Let's have a look at your chat. So here we go. There's everybody. Hello, folks. I see we've got hello Angie and hello to Hilary. Anyone seen Ben at 10? I haven't, but I've heard it's quite good. Hello to Megan. Great to see you. Hello to Sudi. Hello to Diane and George. What a wonderful day for a rehearsal. Absolutely. Hello to Linda. Hello to Moira and Sudi. Hello to Helen. I like your little horses. Thank you for that. Hello to Judith. Hi, Judith. Hope you're having a good day. And thank you for setting the chairs out so beautifully for all of us. Hello to Carol and Rob. Hiya. Helen, so Angela is asking Helen if she's ready to gallop. I'm sure we all are. Fantastic. Hi, Linda. Snow must be headed towards New England. Never know. There's no snow where I am here. It's just been horrible and rainy, but I'm not complaining. There's people here in the UK who are setting up sandbags, and I think a few of us are in the choir. So just lots of love to all of you. And, let's keep our fingers crossed and let's sing lots and lots of Mozart to stay nice and warm and happy. So looking particularly, hello to Hilary, who's saying she's setting up some sandbags, but you've got your score, so all's well. Right, everyone. Well, look, I'm going to just quickly run my sound checks. Thanks, everyone. I've just seen Mark's messages. Angie's writing, Ben, what's on the T-shirt? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is my life. You see at the moment, it's eat, sleep, quiet. I'll just move the microphone out the way. I don't know if anyone can see that. I'm sure you can. I don't think anyone would argue that that's my life at the moment. Eat, sleep, quiet. So I thought that was quite appropriate. And it's a T-shirt because the heating is working, thankfully, so I'm enjoying that. So hello, thanks for that. Hello to Maddie. Hello, Carla. And Marcus just said he wants Old MacDonald, please. Dragon. If you haven't been along to our Ben at 10, we have some fun. Oh dear, this morning was getting increasingly desperate as I realised that choosing 8 animals and their associated sounds, it's quite a lot of with a such and such here and a such and such there. And by the time we got to the end of the 7th verse, I was definitely running out of puff. So I think we'll cap the number of animals, I think, in future at 6, but we'll see. And where are the 10,000 steps, says Carla? 9,909. So that's at the start of rehearsal, and to be fair, that is actually what I've done today. I've done a fair bit of yomping around the area today. Government-mandated exercise, everybody, but let's see. I wonder how many steps we can manage to get between us for the Confutatis, the Lacrimosa, and the Domine Jesu. I'm not sure too many in the Confutatis and the Lacrimosa, but the Domine Jesu should see me a couple of miles or so. and no, it doesn't count if you're on horseback for that one. Now, look, everyone, I'm going to quickly do a sound check, but I see it's Jan Brown's birthday. Well, you know what that means, Jan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jan. Happy birthday to you. Many happy returns, Jan, and thank you for spending your birthday with us. So I'm going to quickly, I've done part of the sound check. That was the piano. Let me just check my recordings. Let's have a bit of Confutatis. Marvellous. Let's have the Lacrimosa. Remember, this is the soprano voiced louder part, so everything else is deliberately quiet. Just in case I'm thinking that's a bit on the quiet side. And Fab. And then Domine Jesu. Domine Jesu Christe, Rex Laudine. Marvellous. Okay, so we have our recordings. Jackie says I can't unhear the koala. Oh dear. Yes, if you haven't seen that wonderful video of the choristers singing along with the little koala that sings back, it is well worth a look. It's absolutely marvellous. Fantastic. So, how's everybody? Hello to Sarah. Oh, it's so lovely to see you. And she says she's so happy her chat came back. Seems we didn't hear from you for a couple of weeks, but it's great to have you back. Fantastic. Cynthia said I just joined. Did I hear a koala? Not quite, but if you want to sing along with your own koala at home, that's absolutely fine. I know we have Basil the sheep singing along, and we have Bumble the dog with the altos. So if you have a koala and you want to sing along, well, that would be entirely fine. I want to thank everybody, by the way, those people who have subscribed to the channel in the last 24 hours or so. We went from 960 to well over 1100, so Mark is beaming and very happy that we have well over 1,000 subscribers. But the real exciting news is that this very course, ladies and gentlemen, has grown to the second largest choir this wonderful group has ever fielded. The largest choir we had was 3,400 or so for Messiah. That's a pretty big choir. But this choir is now standing, I've got to get the right number, 1,640 members. That's quite a large choir. I'm pleased with that. And just imagine if we were all in the same room. Obviously, all had the jab, all safe, so let's not worry about that. Let's look ahead to when we can all be together. Imagine 1,600 people and another 40 all in one room. That would be quite a sound. So I think that's absolutely marvellous and worth celebrating. Carolyn agrees. Fantastic. And yeah, Grace, what's that beeping? That was a bit interesting. Something's just beeped. I presume that was downstairs in the kitchen. My kitchen is now directly below me. I was previously in another room on the other side of the house. I think I've said we moved rooms around. The only downside is a bit of a downside is my family have to be absolutely silent downstairs. And it does have a bit of an impact sometimes on the dinner preparation. So Anna's gotten very good at preparing stuff that doesn't require lots of loud clattering around in the kitchen. So I know she's not watching, but if you do watch this later on, Anna, thank you so much for being so flexible. And yes, if you hear the occasional crash or you hear the odd beep, please don't let it concern you, folks. It's just my family creeping around a couple of metres below me now, trying not to disturb our rehearsal. So I know that you all, I know you'll all be understanding. Fantastic. So lots and lots of people saying, yay, wow. Diane and George say we need a large room. Yes, we do. But of course, that's another advantage to online singing. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but there are some definite advantages. And one is if you arrive late in a choir of 1,600, you're not going to lose out. You're not going to be stuck at the back. You'll still get a perfectly good seat. So I think there are a few advantages. Oh, brilliant. Lots of people are talking about jabs. Excellent. Well, I do hope we're all going to get the jab. I put my details into a calculator. You can find these online. When are you likely to get a jab based on your various situations? And it said how old are you? So I told the device how old it was, 33. And I said that otherwise didn't have such and such, and I wasn't this, and I wasn't a carer, and so on. And they said, thank you, your first jab will be sometime in August. And the second jab, it will be sometime in November. So that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. By the time I get the second jab, it'll be best part 20 months. So at 10 months here, we're halfway through. 10 months of online singing so far, 10 months to go. Well, so far we've done Handel's Messiah, Elijah. We're working on the Mozart Requiem. We've got the Allegro Miserere. It's quite a lot we can fit in the next 10 months. Let's see what we can do. Great stuff. So Anna's baking. And you know what? Anna is a brilliant baker. And I would love it if you would share some, please, Anna. So if anyone wants some bread with nuts in, please ask Anna, who's in the comments, and she will furnish you with some nice bread, I'm sure. Cheers, everybody. Lots of people saying yes, please, to the bread. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's a funny old situation, the vaccines, isn't it, folks? I do hope that we're going to... I do hope we're all going to take it. Sheila says, I've done better than her on the predictor. Yours says September to November, and I'm older than... Oh. I don't know. Maybe... The thing is, it's like with all these things. I found a calculator. You might be able to find one that will tell you'll get the jab earlier. You never know. You never know. Lots of people asking for the bread, which is brilliant. Well, folks, I'm looking forward to teaching you these parts tonight. These three movements, the Confutatis. Well, the Confutatis, for the soprano's point of view, there's no fire. The fire's all with the tenors and basses, and you are the soothing voices with the altos. Vocame, absolutely beautiful. The Lacrimosa, oh, that's just pure emotion, absolutely beautiful. Not the hardest piece in the Requiem, actually, particularly once we get past the bit that Mozart wrote and get into Süssmayer's music. And the main event tonight is Domine Jesu, which has multiple different sections and multiple different motifs, but some really energetic and exciting stuff. It has a tricky moment for the sopranos. We have to come in on a top A and then sing. Okay, so we'll look at that, and we'll talk about some little technical aspects you can employ to be okay with that little section. That's the 2 bars before N, ne absorbeat eas tartarus, and so on. And other than that, some really, really good tunes. Lots and lots of fun. If we're lucky, we might get a couple of goes through these movements tonight, which would be great, wouldn't it? And then next week, just looking ahead, we've got the Hostias, the Sanctus, the Benedictus, and we'll see how we do. And then the 5th week, the Agnus Dei, the last 2 movements, and then we'll run the whole thing, which will be really, really good. That last week, it's going to be really exciting because we will actually be singing the Requiem through 5 times in 1 week. The first, or on the Monday, we'll be singing through all the stuff we've done so far, and then on the Tuesday, sopranos, we will sing through the entire Requiem with the soprano voice louder. And I've never done that before. I've never conducted the full Requiem, but just to one section. So that's going to be rather exciting. And similarly, altos, tenors, basses. I don't think anyone's ever done that before, particularly. So that'll be our last week, and a way of sort of wrapping everything up. And then it's down to you folks to record. And then the big concert in March, which is going to be fantastic. So, how's everybody doing? Hello to Richard. Rather wet here today. A good day to stay in and sing. I'm absolutely 100% with you. As my t-shirt says, eat, sleep, choir. What else is there? Apart from the occasional going out and getting a few steps in. Fabulous. Anna said, so I'm sometimes okay with a top A, but what to do about the B in Verdi? Open my mouth silently. To be honest, that's the bass approach. There's a nice high note coming up, and unfortunately I'm going to need to take a breath, and that breath is going to last exactly the same length as the high note. Who'd have thought it? Amazing. Anyway, everybody, we've got a minute to go, so great to see you all, and I'm just going to just make sure this is all set and on silent. Good. So, folks, if you want to make sure you've got everything you need for the next hour, that'd be fantastic. Phone's on silent, you've got a nice drink of water, you've got your scores ready, and of course, please do continue chatting in the comments. It's a big part of what makes our choir very special. But, folks, if you're ready, I am. Let's get started with tonight's rehearsal. So, help me out, please, folks. We need to go full screen, and you know what to do. Whittly, whittly, whittly. Thank you ever so much, everybody, and a very, very good evening, sopranos. Welcome to your week 3 rehearsal. The music for tonight is about as dramatic and exciting as anything we've sung in this wonderful self-isolation choir. The Confutatis, Lacrimosa, and Domine Jesu. All 3 very, very, very distinct and very individual, but leading from one into the other. Amazing writing. So we'll get started with the Confutatis, as I said, and other than that, I think we should just proceed in order. I don't think it's any more complicated than that. If we're lucky, we should get to sing this through a couple of times tonight. I'm not intending to overrun. Let's see, shall we? If I could invite you all, please, to stand up for me, that would be great. And I'll mention again our wonderful, wonderful warm-ups by Angie. I hope you've all seen them. She's here tonight and she's blushing, I'm sure, but they're absolutely brilliant, Angie. So if you haven't had a look at our warm-ups for the Mozart Requiem, well, you can get at those through the website. And just thanks again, Angie, for all of your support. So, Sops, if you're standing, that's fantastic. If you're not able to stand tonight for whatever reason, it's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. But if I could ask you to give yourself a straight back as well, everyone. And we'll take a nice deep breath and we'll sigh. Ah, wonderful. And again, a lovely deep breath and a deeper sigh. Ah, fabulous. And one more deep breath in and blow the air away from you. Fantastic. One more deep breath in and blow the air away from you. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. Great stuff. Rolling your shoulders around, please, everyone. Thank you. And once you've rolled them in one direction, let's roll them back the other way. Thank you. And then bring your shoulders up to your ears, please. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders fall. Thank you. Sorry, blew into the microphone there. Okay, thanks everyone. And we're just going to roll our head around a little bit. Just stretch the muscles out. You know the drill. Thank you, everyone. Great. And I think what we'll do before we start making any sound at all, I'm just going to ask you to take in one more really, really deep breath. And as you breathe out, just let it carry away anything you're worried about, anything you're thinking about. Just get rid of it. And again, another nice deep breath, that lovely feeling of singing with friends, and carry away any tension, any stress. Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Great. Now let's do a little bit of gentle singing and just warm ourselves up. We'll start here at a D. Okay, and Sops, if I could ask you to hum, keep the sound constant, breathe whenever you like, and off we go. And lovely. And again. Excellent. Now, teeth together and again. Splendid. Now we'll have an ooh, please, and push those lips forward. Deep breath and ooh, and again. Lovely. Now an R for orange, deep breath, and an air, and an R. Thank you. Lovely. Okay, let's before we sing the next notes, I'm just going to have a quick sip of my drink, and just to encourage you to stay hydrated. Thank you. At any point you feel a little bit sore of throat, have a sip of drink. Remember, if you feel the need to cough, if you have that sort of need to clear your throat, try your best not to cough. Instead, swallow hard, have a sip of drink, and that should accomplish the same result without abrading your vocal cords. Okay, so we got into B major. Okay, so let's sing. After me, please, Sops. Ma, ma, ma. Thank you. Ya, ya, ya. Very nice. Me, me, me. Thank you. Ya, ya, ya. Lovely. One more. Yo, yo, yo. Thank you very, very much indeed, Sops. That's lovely. And let's just do one more little exercise now. I'm just going to ask you to sing up a fifth and down again. We're just going to sing with lovely portamento, which is the sliding from one note to the next. Okay, nice deep breath, and again. One more. Thank you very much. Just keeping the sound up in that register nice and light, and you'll see why in a moment when we start the Confutatis. So, well, we should do exactly that. Can you turn, please, everybody, to page 36 in our free score? If you're using a paper score, well, it will be different, but it's the Confutatis, which follows straight on from the preceding movement, which was that lovely Recordare. Now, of course, the Recordare leaves the congregation, leaves the audience in a lovely state of mercy and forgiveness, and sort of almost sighing with contentment. That lovely love done. Da-dum. You have that lovely F major chord to finish, and everyone feels all warm and happy. And then, well, all hell breaks loose, ladies and gentlemen. Confutatis, this... absolutely amazing bass line. That's called an ostinato, that repeating pattern that just goes over and over again like hammer blows. It's absolutely amazing. And the tenors and basses have a bit of an argument. Okay, we're going to let them have all that argument, let them argue and let them sort it out between them. We come in, sopranos and altos, at letter A with a beautiful line, voca me cum benedictis. And I just want you to have a little listen to your line here from A, and I'm going to play both parts, but yours is the upper voice. So it goes, voca me cum benedictis. Okay, and so it's just floating very much sort of in almost up to the head voice. Voca me cum benedictis. Okay, so before we sing that, just a couple of little phrasing issues that I just want to bring up. You're aiming, please, for the in the first phrase for the second voca. Voca me, and pull back, please, on the me at the end. Notice I'm not singing voca me. Being really careful with the Latin so as to avoid diphthongs. Voca me cum benedictis, please. Nice long pure vowel sounds. So let's that's the first bit of phrasing, and the second one, voca me cum benedictis. You're aiming for the long note there on benedictis. So let's sing that together, please. Sops from A. Any altos who want to have a look at their line, it's the C below, and just notice again sotto voce, very very quiet. Ready, 3, 4. Voca me cum benedictis. Wonderful. Smiling when you place that last note. Just so. Thank you, sopranos. That's great. Obviously, we'll sing it through in a minute with the full choir. Now, what follows is the argument continues. The basses are straight out. Confuta, maledictis. Harmonically, it's absolutely amazing, going from major to minor to major to minor to major to minor to major to minor, all the way through. Mozart using this harmony to really highlight the confusion and the maelstrom, if you like. Absolutely wonderful. Now, we then follow along. So if you turn over, please, to page 38 in our free score, and we're going from letter C, and another beautiful, beautiful setting of voca me, but this time it continues. And the interplay between the sopranos and altos here is absolutely beautiful, and in some cases, devastatingly beautiful. So let's have a look at your line from C. Okay, so it starts on a C here, okay, and it is, I'll just play and sing for you the entire bit from C to D. Okay, so it's 3, 4. Sorry, there it is, and voca me cum benedictis, voca me cum benedictis. All right, absolutely lovely, isn't it? And it's so simple. You have the two vocal lines and the violins in unison with this little ostinato underneath. Absolutely beautiful. So let's look at your line. So your first, voca me cum benedictis. Let's do the first 2.5 bars from C. So it goes like this, 3, 4. Voca me cum benedictis. Okay, just that, please. With me from C, 3, 4. Voca me cum benedictis. Thank you. Now, if you notice, I didn't take a breath in between those two phrases, and you're going to need to stagger the breathing here, please, sopranos. Try not to breathe after the second voca me, and if you can, try not to breathe after the benedictis at this point. All right, let's carry on with the phrase, and we'll look at places where you can breathe. Now, we've just arrived at dictis at the start of the third bar after C. Carrying on, it goes cum benedictis voca me. Okay, So let's have a look at that. So from Cum Benedictus, third bar after C, starting straight away on the F. After 2, 1, 2. Cum Benedictis vocame. Lovely, and let's finish it off. Vocame, vocame cum benedictis. Okay, so the last vocame there, or the second to last vocame, which is 2, 4, 6 after C. Vocame 3, 4. Vocame, vocame cum benedictis. Fabulous. Let's sing it all the way through, Sops, from C, all under your breath. Now, I know the top G is a bit of a challenge, particularly for those of you who are second sopranos. Keep it as light as you can, and if in doubt, if you'd rather sing the alto at this point, that's entirely understandable. So let's go from C, please, everybody. 3, 4. Voca, voca me cum benedictis cum benedictis vocame, vocame, vocame cum benedictis. Brilliant. Brilliant. Well done. Very, very good. Now, where do you breathe in all of that? Well, if you listen to me when I was singing there, I just took a beat out, just a full beat. So I sang voca, voca me cum benedictis cum benedictis. I took out the fourth beat in the third bar after C, took a breath and came in at the right time. So I would say to you, try and stagger the breathing. Breathe any way you like. Take a full beat out. Breathe, come back in the right place. Just try not to breathe either at the same time as the Fieri singer, okay, or at an obvious place. And then the engineer will be able to fit it all together and it will sound lovely. So thanks ever so much, everybody. Now, let's just look at the last section from D, and then we'll sing the whole thing. So what happens then is the whole choir starts to sing together, and the whole thing just sort of just descends, like it's sort of sagging. And so we get this. And we sing from D. It's 1, 2. Ordo supplex et acclinis. Okay, Ordo supplex et acclinis. And with a rolled R, if you wouldn't mind. Let's sing that together. Ordo. After 2, 1, 2. Ordo supplex et acclinis. Very nice, very nice. Make sure when we land on that last note, we're not landing on it with lots of power. It's just a beautifully placed, like an ornament on a mantelpiece. Clinis. Just so. Thank you very much. Then we're at letter E. Now, one thing to note here, we finished the previous section on an A flat, and then at E, we're starting on a G sharp. Now, many of you already know this, but for those who don't know, A flat and G sharp have the same pitch. Here's an A flat, and here's a G sharp. Okay, so what might help is if you want to circle your last note on Nice there in the fourth bar after D, and just draw a little arrow to the first note of E, just so you know it's the same pitch. Okay, it's just a different spelling. All right, so the next line at E starts chord contritum quasi cinis, and it's cinis. And so the notes are 1, 2. Chord contritum quasi cinis. Let's sing that together, please. From E, so the basses are going to come in there, and there's our note. So the basses are in at E, 3, 4, basses, 2. Chord contritum quasi cinis. Very, very nice indeed. You might already have noticed, Sops, that your note clashes with the tenor line. That's absolutely on purpose, and it's a nice clash. We like these clashes, so grow into the notes that clash. Okay, we want the suspension to be louder than the resolution. So something like chord contritum quasi cinis. so we pull away from the resolved notes. Thank you, Sops. And there's just, I think, 2 more little phrases to go, and then we can sing the whole movement. So then the bass is dropped to that C sharp. We come in on the note we finished on the previous phrase at letter F, and it's 1, 2. Gene curam, gene curam mei finis. Okay, gene curam mei finis. Let's sing from F, please. There's your note, there's the bass note, tenors and altos if you want to have a go. There's the note for soprano. So straight in at F, so it's 1, 2, gene curam, 1, 2, gene curam mei finis. And there we have it. Thank you ever so much, Sops. And if you think where we started with all of that fire and brimstone to end again in F major, this wonderful, gentle home key. I know the Requiem's in D minor, but D minor and F major have a lot in common. And so we think, oh, we've arrived home, but we haven't, because he's taking us back to D minor. But before we move back to D minor and sing Lacrimosa and burst into tears, let's sing the full Confutatis. Now remember, you don't sing for the first 6 bars or so, so let the tenors and basses fight it out, and then the 2 of you, sopranos and altos, come in and save the day. Here we go, everyone. Here's the Confutatis. Two, 3, 4. Well done. Okay, ready? Deep breath. And 2, 3. Letter D. And 2, 3, 4. Letter E. And letter F. And 1, 2. It's amazing how one single chord can just totally change your day, isn't it? Absolutely. It's almost like I've arrived home. Oh, where are my keys? It's that sort of feeling, isn't it? Well done, everybody. Now have a quick sip of drink and gird yourselves. This next one, the Lacrimosa. Well, this is the heart of the Requiem. As I said, this is the movement that Mozart passed away whilst he was writing it. He got down to just before letter G. Everything from letter G, wonderful as it is all derived from the earlier material, all written by Mozart's student, which is why after those first 8 bars, it doesn't really develop into the full piece that Mozart intended. But you know, it's so moving. The story behind it moves me every time. And so let's have a look at this one, please, everyone. I'm going to have a quick sip of drink. Please do the same. And thank you to Mark, who's telling everybody who the singers are on the various tracks, because I'm not doing that. Thank you, Mark. So in the Confutatis we had Hannah, Helen, Josh, and David. And so wonderful, wonderful singing. Our Fieri consort partners are just the best, aren't they? So the Lacrimosa, everybody. And so this is obviously it's tears, it's weeping, it's grieving, and you can hear it in the music. As I said yesterday, you have this. All of these really emotive intervals. The semitone has been used for centuries to indicate sighing, to indicate crying. If you know your Baroque music and listen to the music of Henry Purcell, the Dido's Lament from the end of Dido and Aeneas is full of that interval. The other interval that I've been saying all the way through Self-Isolation Choir, if you want to show high emotion, use a sixth. And so what do we have at the start of our line here, sopranos? We have the same figure twice, and it's crying. Listen to it. So it goes 3, 4. Lacrimosa, tears illa. Okay, and notice these are short phrases. Yeah, I don't want a long sa on the end. I want lacrimosa. Literally just one quaver. Dies illa. Very, very short. Okay, because the choir is crying. And you can't sing a long phrase whilst you're crying. Handel knew that. I mean, Lascia ch'io pianga is another example of a beautiful, beautiful bit of writing, which is where the character is singing. So let's sing these two opening lines. Now, if you're wondering how to get up to that high note cleanly, please don't swoop. I don't want lacri. Okay, the high note here is actually your path to this note. Lacrimosa. Okay, the high note is a decoration of the mosa. So aim for the mo, as it were. All right, let's give it a go. Nice deep breath. 3, 4. Lacrimosa, tears illa. Fantastic. Same with the second phrase. You're aiming for the ill, okay? And then pulling back on that last quaver. Thank you. We now get to the last 4 bars Mozart ever wrote. So we sing these notes very individually and separated and not too loud at all. We sing qua, re, sol, jet, ex, fa, vi, la. Okay, so we're literally just climbing the scale. Okay, that particularly nice mode, known as the Dorian mode. So let's sing that together. Okay, just individual notes. And qua, re, sol, jet, ex, fa, vi, la. Okay, and in case you're wondering why I'm clicking 2 after each of our notes, it's because our time signature here, which is showing us how many beats in a bar, is 12/8. So that means 12 lots of what we call quavers over here, what are known as eighth notes in the USA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And these notes here, Sops, in that third bar, your qua and your re and your sol, are so short that if you're still singing them by the time I've clicked the second beat, it's already too long. So it should be qua, re, sol, jet, ex, fa, vi, la. Okay, so just make sure you've got that marked in for me. Thank you. We then get to the last phrase. And here, having sung 2 bars of short notes, we then broaden into a full phrase and we crescendo now towards our top A. And this really is a big moment, Sops. We sing together. Judicandos honoreus. Okay, and as soon as we've sung that top A, we sing the octave below and it's gone. It's very, very short. Let's give that a go. Okay, now before we do sing it, what I would say is if you're in any way worried about the high note, remember that the higher you go, the taller you should make your mouth. Make sure you take a huge tank full of air, okay, to support that top note. And remember, try and keep the vowel sounds nice and open. All right, let's give it a go. Iudicandos homoreos. There's your notes, nice deep breath, and iudicandos homoreos. Very, very good. Very good indeed, sopranos. Thank you. We then carry on at letter G, and here we're into susmer territory for the first time. And although it will obviously sound like Mozart, because it's all based on the music that Mozart had already written. So at G, we're back down to sotto voce, back down to quiet, and we sing Lacrimosa di Asila. Just listen to that on the piano from G, and if you can feel that quaver pulse, ya da 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 da, that's propelling the music forward at every point. Okay, so once more time, let's have a go at that together from G. 3 and 4 and Lacrimosa di Asila. Great. Okay, another nice Neapolitan moment for those of you who've missed it. We're suddenly at a forte at the top of page 42. This is 4 before H. Qua resurget ex favilla iudicandos homoreos. Okay, so have a listen to this. Okay, this is a bit of a sequence, so this should be quite straightforward. Let's have a listen. So, qua resurget ex favilla iudicandos homoreos. Okay, now before we have a look at that, as I say, it's sequential, so you can start to predict what the music's going to do. Notice, please, on qua resurget and ex favilla, this is 4 and 3 bars before H. It's a short note at the end. Resurget. Okay, it's just a single quaver beat at the end. And notice that iudicandos is slightly longer, as is homoreos, only by a quaver, but it's long enough to make a difference. So notice that for me. So let's just have a listen to that on the piano. 4 before H, it goes. Resurget ex favilla iudicandos. All right, let's give that a go, shall we, please? So, qua resurget, and this is forte. Okay, so big moment after all of the build-up. Okay, so nice deep breath, 3 and 4 and qua resurget ex favilla iudicandos homoreos. Wonderful, wonderful. I know that Mozart didn't write it, but oh, it's so, so beautiful, so, so good. Wonderful. Honestly, I don't think anybody could have done a better job than Susmer. All right. So if anyone ever tells you that they don't rate Susmer, point to that bit, because that's just gorgeous. Now, from letter H, huic ergo pace Deus, pie Jesu, Jesu Domine, and this is where we move once again towards the comforting key of F major. Okay, so this is what it sounds like, and each of these notes is 3 quavers, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is what it sounds like. Huic ergo pace Deus, pie Jesu, Jesu Domine. And you can hear particularly at the end that we're being brought back to a place of comfort, briefly. So, huic ergo pace Deus, first of all. Okay, so we climb and then down again. Okay, but each of these notes is worth 3 quavers. So let's sing together and Holy Ergo Pace Deus. Brilliant. And then here, from the same note, this is where we start to sweeten it and take it back towards F. We sing Pie Jesu, Jesu Domine. Okay, just be careful coming down. Alright, so let's sing from Pie Jesu, please, which is the 3rd bar after H. 3 and 4 and Pie Jesu, Jesu Domine. Fantastic. All I'd say is in that last phrase there, Sops, when you're singing Jesu Domine, you've got the time with those long notes to sing through, maybe crescendo just a little bit, and make that particularly lovely for me. Thank you ever so much. And now we come to the last page of this wonderful movement. We're at letter I. Do please hydrate yourselves if you haven't had a drink recently. How's everybody doing? Excellent. Judith's saying today it's feeling a little bit on the high side. Yes. But this, if you think of the Requiem, as many works are, if you think of it as a mountain, we are very much at the peak of the mountain with these 3 movements. So you'd almost expect it to be the highest movements of the work. Now we are at letter I, as I said, and what you'll see is a lot of repeated material here. So we have at I, this will be familiar, Domine Requiem. Okay, same notes as at the start, just with different words. Sing it for you. From Donna Eis, 3, 4. Donna Eis Requiem. Fantastic. Then the basses start a descending line that we then follow at 2 beats difference, so 2 beats distance, I should say. And so your line from Donna Eis, this is the 3rd bar after I, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the notes in order. Okay, so it's Donna Eis, Donna Eis, Requiem. All right, so listen to those pitches again, and I know that the notes are going to be longer, but these are your pitches. So Donna Eis, Donna Eis, Requiem. All right, and what you can do there is you can breathe after Donna Eis the first time and the second time if you like. If you can sing through though, that will be appreciated, as it'll sound better on the recording. Okay, let's sing together, please. 3rd bar after I at the proper tempo now. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Donna Eis, Donna Eis, and then we sing Amen. Okay, on that pitch, just give me that last Amen. Now, before we do, there isn't a crescendo marked, but the performance tradition is that we grow through the first note, and then when we sing the men, we start to pull back a little bit. So give me that lovely shape, please. A crescendo through the R and to the men, and then pull back a little bit. All right, so just the last Amen, we can sing the whole thing. Nice deep breath. And Amen. Thank you, and don't forget a N on the end. Brilliant stuff. Thanks, Sops. So, let's sing the Lacrimosa, and do have a drink. And I know it's emotional, I know it's high, but we'll all hold hands and get through this. All right, the Lacrimosa. Once we've got this one in the bag, it's time to saddle up. So, here we go, everyone. Lacrimosa. Ready? And... Lacrimosa, tears illa, quare surget ex favi, Lord, nice and big. Lovely little basset horn solo. Okay, ready, sopranos? Deep breath. Here we go. And... Ready? And... Ready? Huge breath. And... Thank you, everybody. Well done. And of course, huge thanks to Fieri. That little group, that was Lucy, Nancy, Tom and Ben. They're an incredible group, aren't they? Absolutely amazing. So thank you, everyone, and particular thanks to Lucy. As Norb has just said, Lucy's an angel. I'm sure she'd be very glad to hear that from me, Norb. Thanks ever so much. Now, everyone, time for one more. And we've got the emotional one out the way. All right, tissues at the ready, as it were. But now it's time to saddle up, folks. It's time for a bit of galloping music, which we've needed, I think. So let's have a look at Domine Jesu, please. This one is 8 pages, but it's quite fast. There's lots of stuff going on. It does have a couple of bits you're going to need to practice. It also has a solo bit to look at. So enough nattering from me. Let's have a look at the start. So we've finished then in D major. Okay. That chord there. Now that leads us straight to G minor, which is our next chord here. Okay. Now you start straight away on a G, and your line is 3, 4. Domine Jesu Christe, Rex Gloriae, Rex Gloriae. Okay. 2 very different contrasting phrases to start. One is almost under the breath, and it's just a little arpeggio, and then something a bit more Handelian, a bit more dotted. So let's sing that together. Domine Jesu. It goes 3, 4. Domine Jesu Christe, Rex Gloriae, Rex Gloriae. Very, very nice indeed. You're going to roll your R's, please, on Rex Gloriae and give me a big dynamic contrast between the first and second phrase. So quiet on the first one and then an explosion of sound for the Rex Gloriae. Almost a little hark back to Rex Tremendi. Okay? And then libera animas omnium fidelium defunctorum. Wonderful, wonderful words here. And so the choir, after that loud opening introduction, start to sort of intertwine, and we come in then on the second beat of the bar following. This is bar 4, so have a listen to your line. This is from the bar 4 to letter K. It goes 3, 4, 1. Libera animas omnium fidelium defunctorum. Okay, listen to it on the piano. 3, 4, 1. Okay, let's have a go at that, please. Let's slow it down a bit. After 1, 3, 4, 1. Libera animas omnium fidelium defunctorum. All right, one more time for luck at that tempo. 3, 4, 1. Libera animas omnium fidelium defunctorum. Well done, Sops. Excellent. So we've arrived at letter K, and so we've arrived on this chord here. But then we are brought to B flat major. Now that means you've got to get from that note to that note there. And so your next line is, this is de penis inferni, and it's 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, ni. Okay? De penis inferni. Okay, so the first 3 notes are forte, and then the long note is piano. So let's have a go at that. After 2, nice deep breath. 1, 2. De penis inferni. Very nice, and then he follows it one tone higher. We sing 1, 2. De penis inferni. Okay, now be really careful if you can. I don't want swooping if we can avoid it. If you're finding it difficult to sing these octave leaps, and it is tricky, try singing it slowly when you're practicing. Sing de penis infer. Separate them all, then try the dotted trick. So you go 1, de penis inferni. So swing it. And try all sorts of ways to just train your brain. This is the interval, and then sing it straight. Okay? So just these are the notes one more time. This is after K, 3 bars after K, starting on the G. It's 1, 2. De penis inferni. Okay, let's sing those 2 together. Let's go from K. Let's go from the first one. Okay, after 2. 1, 2. De penis inferni. De penis inferni. Good. Then you go straight on. No time for a breath. You need to stagger the breathing. We sing 1. Et de profundo lago. Okay, and this is a really deep, deep sound for soprano, so give me a really nice, rich, low sound. Okay, et de profundo. So this is from after K, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after K, after 1, 3, 4, 1. Et de profundo lago. Lovely. Well done. Let's go from the beginning to there, please, sopranos, from Domine. All right, don't start too loudly. It's a piano opening. 2, 3, 4. Domine Jesu Christe, Rex Gloriae, Rex Gloriae. 1. Libera animas omnium fidelium defunctorum, de penis inferni, de penis inferni, et de profundo lago. Great Great stuff. Thank you. You can probably tell which of the 3 movements that we've learned tonight you're going to need to spend a bit of time with if it's new to you. But I promise you, every minute you spend with this piece is worth it. It's so, so great. So we're now at letter L. Libera, libera eas de ore leonis. This is a really exciting moment. So Sops, we lead the way here. From L, we sing 3, 4. Libera, libera eas de ore leonis. Okay, so the first half of that is gentle. Da, 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 da. It's that arpeggio that we had at the very start on the, but in the major this time, so lovely and gentle, and then the fiery response. De ore leonis. And that last note is very short. Sing that for me, nice and loud. De ore, yeah it is. 3, 4. De ore leonis. Very nice. Thank you. Very, very nice indeed. From L, libera. 2, 3, 4. Libera, libera eas de ore leonis. Great. And then, because it's a sequence, we sing the same thing again, just a tone higher. So we sing libera, libera eas de ore leonis. Okay, let's have a go at that. Libera from the last bar on page 45. And this is after L. 1, 2, 3, 4. After L. Libera. 2, 3, 4. Libera, libera eas de ore leonis. Excellent. I do remember conducting this, and it's the bit that sopranos just made such an amazing sound on. You know, really enjoy that, those leaps of a seventh up to the top register and make it really fierce for me. Thank you, everyone. We're now at letter M. So we now start this ne absorbeas eas tartarus ne cadant in obscurum little idea where everybody has to sing descending sevenths. So this is a little bit on the tricky side, Sops. Okay. Ne absorbeat eas tartarus ne cadant in obscurum. Okay, what we're going to do, we'll sing it an octave lower for now, just to get a sense of the shape of it. And I know it means it's going to drop down very, very low indeed. But let's practice low before we go up to the stratosphere. So it's ne absorbeat eas tartarus. Oops, I've managed to change my piano sound. It's a bit annoying. Okay. Sing with me, down at this octave, and 1. Ne absorbeat eas tartarus, and then ne cadant in obscurum, ne cadant in obscurum, and again, ne cadant in obscurum. Okay, let's do the whole thing, the octave, an octave below, ready after 1, and 1. Ne absorbeat eas tartarus, ne cadant in obscurum. Excellent. Now, let's pop it up here. I know it's high. You take a big, big breath. As I said yesterday, everybody, if you've got a high-pitched entry to sing, or any entry to sing, take a deep breath, open your mouth. So you go, ne absorbeat. Okay, it takes away a lot of the stress, a lot of the preparation if you've taken a breath and your mouth is open before you sing. So let's give that a go. Nice deep breath. 3, 4, 1. Ne absorbeat eas tartarus, ne cadant in obscurum. Great. Practice that phrase for me. Just that 2 bars is, it's a good couple of weeks practice if you've never sung it before. But again, it's worth it. Thanks, everyone. We're now at letter N. We've got a couple of little arpeggios to sing. So at N, so we're in after 3. 1, 2, 3. Ne cadant. Sorry. Ne cadant. Ne cadant in obscurum. Ne cadant. Let me sing and play that for you one more time. So from N it goes 1, 2, ne cadant. Okay, so slowly it's 1, 2, 3. Ne cadant in obscurum, ne cadant. Let's sing that together, okay? After 3, some N, 1, 2, 3. Ne cadant in obscurum, ne cadant. Very, very good indeed. That will make a bit more sense in context when the rest of the choir is singing. Carrying on, we come in the next bar after the first beat, so we sing ne cadant in obscurum. Listen to that again after 1. Ne cadant in obscurum. Okay, so let's go from ne absorbeat eas tatarus after M, 5 after M. Okay, so after 1, 3, 4, 1. Ne absorbeat eas tatarus, ne cadant in obscurum, 2, 3. Ne cadant in obscurum, ne cadant, 3, 4, 1. Ne cadant, 3, 4. In obscurum. Excellent. Well done. Remember, these rehearsals are saved for you, so if you want to go through just that bit, come back to this point in the video and it's saved for you. But we're going to carry on with a bit of solo line. How exciting. So, sed signifer sanctus Michael representet eas in lucem sanctam. Really nice line here. So we sing after 2, 1, 2. Sed signifer sanctus Michael. Okay, just that phrase. Ready? After 2, 1, 2. Sed signifer sanctus Michael. Very nice. The next phrase, representet eas, is 2, 3. Representet eas. Isn't that a nice line? Listen to it again. Representet eas. Sort of turns in on itself a bit, doesn't it? Sing that for me after 3. Represent it. 2, 3. Representet eas. Great. So from sed signifer, please start at the solo after 2. 1, 2. Sed signifer sanctus Michael representet eas. Lovely. Excuse me. Quick sip of drink. And then we carry on. We've got a little bit more a soprano solo. So in the next bar after 1 we sing 1. In lucem sanctam. Sing that for me after 1 and 1. In lucem sanctam. Thank you very much indeed. We get the next bar off for good behaviour. And then we've got one last phrase of solo. So I'm going to give you the last 4 bars of this solo here, which is before O, 4 before O. Okay? So it goes 3, 4. Represented eas in lucem sanctam. Okay, and I know you're thinking, gosh, that's quite ornamented. Yes, it's a solo line. So listen to it again. Represent it. So, represented eas in lucem sanctam. Okay, and you can see a few of these appoggiaturas, these grace notes here, and so that just means you sing the note before you move on to it. So one more time. Represented eas in lucem sanctam. All right, let's sing it from representet, please, all the way through. 3, 4. Represented eas in lucem sanctam. Great. Well done, everybody. And I can see, lots of people are saying in the comments, it is much, much easier when you're singing this all the way through, as we will do in just a few moments, so just a couple of minutes, I should say. We've got a few to learn. But, we do need to break it down into little chunks, but it is much easier when you're singing with the choir. So if you're worried about it, it will all be clear in a few moments, or at least clearer. So we've arrived at letter O, a really fantastic moment. This is where we really start galloping. And the basses start. Quam olim abrahe promisisti et semini eos. Quam olim abrahe promisisti. So we finally arrived at the point where sopranos get to come in, and so we sing in the 3 notes before P, Quam olim abrahe promisisti, and so this is this fugue theme that we've just been hearing, and so after 3, from Quam olim, just before P, it goes like this: 1, 2, 3. Quam olim abrahe promisisti, Quam olim abrahe promisisti. Okay, and what I'd ask you to do, just to note the notes, where the notes change. Okay, so first of all, quam olim abrahe, so it goes down a semitone there on the brahe, and then promisisti, semitone there, quam olim brehe. There's your semitone. Promisesti. That's where the notes all move. So make sure you've got those noted, please. Noted your notes. And let's have a go at singing this, please. Just before P. 1, 2, 3. Quam molema brehe. Promisesti. Quam molema brehe. Promisesti. Very, very nice indeed. Well done. Now we are just before Q. We've just got a bar on its own, so it's promises T. Can you make sure you've got that marked in, that it's an E flat? It's a whole tone. All right, it's not an E natural, or that would give us this chord, which is a bit jazzy for Mozart. So, promises T. Sing for me just for Q. 3, 4, 1. Promises T. Very, very nice indeed. Thank you, Sops. We're now at the bar. We're now at Q. And so the bar after Q, et semini eos. And we're about to bring it home. We are going to overrun by 5 minutes tonight. Sorry, Sopranos. I did my best. But this music is so good. I don't want to rush it any more than we already have to. All right, so if you have to go at 6, absolutely fine. But we'll be done in about 3 minutes and we'll sing through the whole thing. Okay, so we've arrived at Q. We're now at the bar after Q. And we sing, et semini eos. Sing that for me. 1, 2, 3. Et semini eos. Very, very nice indeed. That sort of emerges from nowhere, but you do get a bit of help from the altos who give you a D. Promise et semini eos. Okay, so if you need a bit of help getting the note, just look to the altos and think 1 up. Now we're at the quam olim abrahe, 2.5 bars before R, and so it goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Quam olim abrahe, promisisti, promisisti. And I know it sounds tricky, but it all sort of makes sense. Okay, all the notes do lead from one to the other. You've just got to remember where we're moving up and where we're moving down. So I'll just play and sing that one more time. This is 2.5 for R, quam olim. 1, 2, 3. Quam olim abrahe, promisisti, promisisti. All right, one more time with me, please. In fact, let's go from your et semini eos after Q. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Et semini eos, quam olim abrahe, promisisti, promisisti. Excellent. And then this is just a wonderful bit for you sopranos. We go straight on. Quam olim abrahe, promisisti, quam olim abrahe, promisisti. Okay, so each of these little phrases is sort of bouncing off the first beat. So allow the basses and allow the notes sort of land and then come barreling in. So from R, with me, 3, 4. Quam olim abrahe, promisisti, quam olim abrahe, promisisti. Fab. One more time for luck from R, 3, 4, 1. Quam olim abrahe, promisisti, quam olim abrahe, promisisti. Excellent. And then 2 before S. Suddenly we're piano again and it's 1. Et semini eos. It's a short us because we're going to carry on. Listen to that. So it's 1. Okay, so 2 before S, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Et semini eos. Excellent, and we're so close to the end of this, Sops. This beautiful, beautiful line here. So at S, it's 1. Et semini eos. Okay, there are some words in there that I completely failed to sing, so sorry about that. But the pitches were the important thing there. So let me just play the piano part for you and we'll look at where the words sit. So from S, and 1. And 1. Mini eos, et semini eos. All right, let's sing that together from S. 3, 4, 1. Et semini eos, et semini eos. Excellent. Well done, sopranos. Now just this last half page. We sing after 3, 2, 3. Quam olim abrahe, promisisti. Listen to that again from T. 1, 2, 3. All right, so just be really careful of the last notes of that phrase. Sing for me. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Promisisti. Sing for me. 1, 2, 3. Promisisti. Excellent. And then this last phrase. Promisisti et Okay, once we get to the last line, well, it's lots and lots of G's, but just that little bit before. Okay, 3 after T, quamolim, 1. It's after 3. 1, 2, 3. Quamolim abre promisisti et seminius. There we are. Well done, everybody. Goodness me. I know it's a lot of music. The good news is that this exact same fugue, everything from the Quamolim Abrahe, is coming back next week as well in the Hostia. So you're going to get plenty of time to sing this all the way through and get used to it. Let's sing it for now, and then I need to let you go because we've overrun. So from the very beginning, there's your note there. Altos, tenors, basses, and of course, we love to see you at our other rehearsals, errant or not. So if you'd like to come along tomorrow and sing with the altos and then with the tenors on Thursday and the basses on Friday, please do consider coming along, Sops. But here are your notes with our wonderful Fieri consort and Richard Garris on the organ. Here is Domine Jesu, everyone. Nice deep breath and... Domine Jesu Christe, and 1. Deep breath. Deep breath and... Now. Tenors. Here are the altos. Deep breath and 1. 2, 3. 1. 3, 4, 1. And... One. 1, 2, 3, 4. And O. And tenors. Here's the altos. Deep breath and... Deep breath and... Very good. Deep breath and... Floating. Nice and big. Many congratulations, Sops. Thank you so much for coming along and singing that one with me tonight. Such exciting music. Do you see what I mean about the galloping? And I know some of you will be thinking, yes, we're galloping and hanging on for sheer life. Well, of course, if this is new to you, do please take advantage of all the facilities that we've got. Obviously, this recording is saved. If any bit you think, I just need to revise it, come back to this rehearsal, Soprano Rehearsal Week 3, and watch the bit that you need. Of course, we've also got the rehearsal tracks for you to enjoy with the one voice louder. And so I can't tell you how excited I am to hear the Self-Isolation Choir sing that. So do please spend time with it, fall in love with it, and you really won't regret learning the Mozart Requiem. Next week, the Hostias follows. It's a very, very short, beautiful little choral interlude, if you like, followed by the Qua Molim Abrahe Fugue that we've just sung, and some movements by Susmer, which are absolutely lovely, but it has the Benedictus, which again is a solo movement, so many of you will never have learnt it. It's quite long, so there's lots to look forward to next week, and then the Agnus Dei, and there's still more beautiful music to enjoy. So thank you so much, Sopranos. I really hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry you went a little bit over, but as I say, I'm sure you think it's worth it. Have a great day. Have a great rest of the week. If you want to join us tomorrow, the altos are here at 5 o'clock, but otherwise, take care, be well, stay safe, dear friends, and we'll see you soon. All the very best. Bye-bye.